I was 15 years old when I decided that I wanted to end my life. I was fighting so hard at the time to try to conform and to try to fit in an environment that seemingly demanded perfection, and I was far from it. And I had lost the joy that I once knew in my younger years and the confidence that I once had, and I just didn't want to continue living in a dark, lonely world. And so I wanted to end it. And then I remember in my darkest hour, getting on my knees and praying. I said, God, if you can hear me, please, I want to be happy again. Please let me be happy again. And I went to bed that night, and I had the most beautiful dreams with visions out of those Kingdom Hall tracks that you see with Jesus and the little children of all ethnicities and the lamb laying with the lion, just beautiful, joyous visions. And I knew when I woke up the next morning that God had answered my prayer. I was happy again. Amen. But then I had an insatiable hunger for more of that peace and more of that happiness. And so I figured maybe if I started reading my Bible, that I could obtain more of that peace and happiness. So I started looking everywhere for my little Bible, because I remember in 6th grade, a man was standing outside our school buses handing out these little handheld Gideon's Bibles. And at the time I took one, not because I wanted to read it, but because it was a cool little book. But I remember looking everywhere for my Bible, and then I finally found it. I still use it to this day. It's my most prized possession. It's all marked up and beat up, but I cherish it. And I remember once I found my Bible, turning to just wherever, and I happened to turn to Romans chapter 12, where it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And I remember reading that, and I was thinking immediately, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's like God speaking to me through these words. And I read it like 5 times over. Do not be conformed, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And I knew that that was the root of all my unhappiness, was that I was trying to conform. And here this book is telling me, do not conform, but basically be uniquely you. Be uniquely who God created you to be. And that was it. I realized, hey, this book is alive and powerful. And I read it from cover to cover that year. And then later on, I started memorizing scriptures, because they were so powerful. I wanted to keep them with me all day. And it was helpful because when I would encounter a difficult situation, I had the Word of God stored in my heart and mind. And it would help me in whatever difficult situation I encountered. And then I realized I could help others when they encounter difficult situations, because I have the Word of God in my heart and mind. And when I was able to lead people to the gospel of Christ, that was the most gratifying feeling that I've ever felt in my life. And that's when I realized, well, this is what I want to do with my life, is preach the gospel of Christ and bring others to Christ. So the rest is history. God saved my life. The Word of God continually saves my life, and it brings me the greatest joy to share that with others. God bless you.